Well, good morning. Here we are. This day has finally arrived. Happy. I stand before you on this frigid morning, humbled, a bit nervous, somewhat sad, but mostly grateful for the opportunity to have served as your council president this past year. Unlike Aaron's always inspiring and carefully crafted messages, there will not be any Taylor Swift references nor sports talk. Sorry, but perhaps you're welcome. Also, unlike several of our past council presidents who wove music, video montages, and technology into their outgoing messages, there will be none of those things this morning. You're welcome, Rick. Interestingly enough, when I expressed my reluctance to give this message today, I was told by several individuals to just keep it short, keep it short. 3 different people, keep it short. Yeah, make it short. So armed with that advice, I will reiterate a few comments that I made in my outgoing address on January 25th, 2015. The irony of the relevance of that date is not lost on me. The title that day was Caulkers of Boats and Fishers of Men. I'd like to call this Caulkers of Boats and Fishers of Men 2.0. And yes, I'll tie it into the sermon title that's in the bulletin. The focus of my message that day was on much of the time that had been devoted to the building needs of the church. And at that time, it was the AVL, or Audio-Visual Lighting, or Sanctuary Upgrade Project, that brought us the screens, the upgraded lighting, and the sound booth and accompanying equipment. I remember noting that I had wondered about the somewhat trivial nature of all of that work at the time, and that perhaps I wasn't leading the charge as council president in tackling bigger social issues and promoting more events and ways to be more influential and impactful in our community. Scripture from that day was Mark chapter 1, verses 14 through 20. And as you may or may not recall, the disciples in that story were doing ordinary tasks, repairing the nets on their boats so they could continue their work and earn a living as fishermen. They might have even been caulking the boat that day when Jesus approached them and tapped them for greater things. He told them to follow him, and he would make them fishers of men. And that, my friends, is a reminder of what we are all being asked to do here, in this place, in this time in our lives. Jesus commands that we share the gospel with others and that we further the mission of making fishers of men for God's glory. As for the caulking of boats, the repairing of nets, and other often tedious projects, much of our time this past year has been spent on work related to the sale of the Moore property, so we can continue to do the needed building enhancement and upgrade work. The process has been much slower and honestly much more frustrating than anyone expected. We have been making progress, however, and I remain hopeful. The application to subdivide the Moore property is now with the city of Wheaton, and we have hired an architectural design firm that will help us explore our needs and develop a plan for both short-term and long-term building needs. By moving forward with this important project, we are continuing the good work that has happened before in this place, a place that we all love. I continue to believe that we at St. Matthew have a really good thing going. We are welcoming new people, we are demonstrating extravagant love, welcome, and kindness, and we are attempting to live out Jesus' mandate to love and serve others here and out in the world. We truly are working to become fishers of men. Today's sermon title, God Brings the Growth, gave pause as it related to my message of today. While I certainly believe in God's abilities, I think he expects us to do much of the important and hard work that facilitates the growth he envisions. Much of this work is hard and frustrating at times, and yes, some of the tasks are simple, but can be tedious and time-consuming. We can and should be proud of what we have accomplished this past year, especially the social media work that has truly enhanced and transformed our online presence, And a big shout out to Randy and to Pastor Aaron for their hard work on this. We must not be complacent, however, and we certainly cannot rest on our laurels. The stewardship theme back in 2014 when I was president was Growing Stronger Together. This year's theme, What Will Your Legacy Be? Both are good reminders that we must continue to do the hard work together, the heavy lifting, so to speak. And yes, we must continue to do the routine and mundane and ordinary tasks, the boat caulking and the net repairs. In closing, I would encourage all of us to find ways to continue to serve St. Matthew. Please give your full support to Roseanne and the council and Pastor Aaron and our dedicated staff. If you are new or newer and want to be involved in any way, please see Roseanne or Aaron or any council member. We can help find a way for you to be more involved in the life of this wonderful community. If you've been a long-time member, have already served in many capacities and for many years, and are perhaps weary, like some of us are, maybe a bit tired of fixing the nets, filling those communion cups, making or cleaning up the coffee, find some other small task or way to contribute that can bring you joy. Better yet, offer to mentor one of the newer faces and teach them how to caulk that boat. You will be richer for the experience, and St. Matthew will be even stronger. And in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served, but all other pleasures and possessions pale into nothingness before service which is rendered in a spirit of joy. I thank you all for your support, the kind words, and the love that I've been shown. I am richer for this experience of service to St. Matthew. Thank you.